Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anki. Today we're going to do a prom set for one of my friends. She wanted a freestyle and her dress was brown. As always, I like to go ahead and start off with a sketch of what I want my freestyles to look like to keep it in mind. And by the way, you guys, I am so sorry for being MIA for a couple of months. I'll go into more detail later on in the video. Anyways, I've already painted the nude base with my favorite Beatles nude gel. As always, everything will be in the description box below. And if you click on any of those Amazon links and decide to make a purchase, just so you know, a percentage of that commission does go towards me, so it'd be really helpful if you decided to use those links. And now I'm taking this dark brown and using a thin long brush to paint a V-tip. It kind of feels awkward painting a V-tip on Coffin nails, but I like to start off with painting the edges first, and then I draw like a little triangular shape and then connect them towards the middle. And as you can see, guys, a lot has changed within a couple of months. I finally got a resin plate so I could put my gels on there, and I also got this green backing that I put in the background so it's easier to clean up. Since we are shaving it down at the tip later on, I am bringing my V-tip a little bit lower than just the tip, just so it looks like a V still. And now I'm doing the same thing for the other nail. I like to go ahead and paint the edges first, and then I'll paint a diagonal line creating a triangular shape, and then later on I'll connect those two. So the reason why I have been MIA for about 3 months now is just because of a huge research project that I had during my second quarter of college. It took a lot of my motivation away to post and edit videos for you guys. I did end up creating some content, I just never edited it and released it online. And with that research, we actually presented it at the YouTube Symposium last week. So finally I have that out of my head and I can finally get back to posting. But I'll go ahead and post a little picture right here. But now I finally have the time to actually edit these videos for you guys, so be ready for any uploads that come this weekend. And as you can see here, I made a little mistake, so I'm going to go ahead and take my flat brush, dip it in some acetone or alcohol, and then clean that up. Now since Selena's dress has like a glittery fabric, I'm going to go ahead and do some sugar nails, but the glitter that she mentioned was on the dress was like 2 different types of glitter. So I'm going ahead and using these 2 glitters that I got from Michael's. Honestly, Hobby Lobby is so much cheaper, just get it from there. But anyways, I ended up mixing amber and I think garnet in that little baggie, taking that little scoop, and then go ahead and just dust that on top of the V-tips. Make sure you didn't cure your V-tip before you do this. Don't cure. You'll cure after you dust it on. And you guys, glitter is so expensive, so I went ahead and put some paper underneath to collect all the excess glitter, and so I can put it back in the bag. Don't dust off the excess glitter yet. Just keep that glitter on, cure it, and then you want to dust it off afterwards. Here's a little close-up of how I did it. Again, I like to get every edge covered in glitter. By the way, you guys, if you guys are doing this and replicating this, do your top coat first, then your V-tip, and then your glitter. Because when you top coat after you do all of this glitter, sometimes the glitter will stick into your brush and then it'll go back into your bottle, and then you'll have basically a glitter contaminated top coat, and nobody wants that because that is just annoying. Don't forget to dust off your nail stands and under the nail tip. Just pick it up and then dust it off so everything stays nice and clean. And now for the nail ombre, what you're gonna do is take your makeup sponge. I do have a more in-depth video. It's my last video talking about this, but what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and spread it out. And then when the two colors meet in the middle, you wanna go ahead and blend it out with both brushes right here. It looks a little dark, and honestly, I should have put way less dark brown than I did the nude base. But yeah, you wanna make sure when the two colors meet, that they're blended enough, because that's what you're pressing onto the nail, and you want to make sure that nail is blended. And then when you're happy with the blend, you're going to go ahead and press that onto the nail, going in up and down motions just a little bit. And as you can see, the layers are very, very thin. They're not super opaque, so this is why you want to charge it more, because it's going to take a lot of product. It's going to take a lot of time. And by the way, I got this tip from another YouTuber. She also sells press-on nails on her page. Her name is Slayed by Val, and honestly, I've learned so much from her. Before I started doing nails, I started watching her. And yeah, there's a lot of things you can learn. I learned French tips and ombre from her. And her channel will be linked in my description box below. And this is what it looks like after a whole bunch of layers. Now I'm using my favorite Macart rhinestone glue. This thing just leaves all the gems stuck on there forever. And I'm taking these champagne rhinestones I got off of Amazon, and I'm laying them out in a little tray just so I don't have to fish them out of the container that they came in. Plus, I know what size I'm working with, and it stays constant throughout all of the nails. And I don't know about you guys, but I get confused between all of these round sizes, and sometimes I'll accidentally already have it glued on there and I can't really do anything about it. And if you guys are having trouble with rhinestone placement, I recommend using about 2 to 3 larger stones as I have here, and then using the smaller round stones, maybe 1 to 3 different sizes, just to accent it.
Kick.
And you guys, isn't this just so cute? This is like my 3rd time doing a rhinestone placement, and this is just adorable. I'm using these golden butterflies. I am obsessed with these butterflies. I've made like 5 sets now with these. Anyways, I'm taking all of my charms that I'm using for this ombre nail into my tray. I'm using white flowers just to accent that butterfly. And I'm also going to be using those gold spheres that it comes with, like those little pearls. By the way, if you guys are interested, I'm doing a $35 Surprise Me set special. It comes with a mystery set, and this is an example of what it would look like. And I'm doing a similar butterfly design like I did on that mystery set, again using the same glue as I did earlier. I'm centering the design with the golden butterfly, and then taking the 2 flowers and putting them at the ends of the butterfly. And then I'm also taking these round rhinestones. There's 2 different sizes. There's a bigger one and a smaller one, and I'm taking the bigger one, and that's going to be touching the flower, and then the smaller one will be ending the gold chain.
Kick.
And now for the flower, honestly, this was just a mess. I started off with 3 stones. I honestly should have done 2. And I'm just taking these big stones and putting them in the middle, again with the bigger stone in the center. Now for the petals, I'm rolling about similar sized balls, and these were kind of too small for the petals, so you want to go a little bit larger than that. Now taking a silicone tool dipped in some alcohol, I went ahead and took those balls and pressed down at an angle to create this petal shape. If you guys are interested, I can go ahead and make a more in-depth video on how I make my 3D flowers. And again, you guys, this is probably my worst work so far with 3D flowers. I am today still not happy with this. Like, it's just, anytime I look at it, I just get so upset because it looks like straight doo-doo. And you know, I asked my friend if it was okay or if she wanted me to remake it for her, and she said it looked good, so I didn't remake it. I also decided to add some rhinestones to the sugar nails just because they looked a little empty, so I went ahead and used 2 different sizes, a larger size and a more smaller size, and stacked them up. And now I'm taking my trusty top coat from Beetles. This is the glossy top coat, and I'm going ahead and going over all of the nails, making sure to ignore the rhinestones. If at this point you find that your ombre is a little textured, you can go ahead and go in with a thicker clear gel or another layer of top coat. Usually that evens everything out and keeps everything smooth. Also, this is a really crucial part, but don't forget to go ahead and clean the edges as I'm doing right here, just to keep your shape nice and sharp. Another thing I like to do to keep my shape nice and sharp is to go over with the nail file afterwards at the tips and sometimes the edges. Sometimes there's some excess gel that's like hanging over the nail, and you want to make sure you keep that nice and clean and shave that off for your clients. When you're filing, you also want to make sure that you file at an angle towards the nail, not away from the nail, just to keep everything nice and clean, because if you go away from the nail, it'll actually round out those edges. Now, some people prefer to do this process before they top their nails, but I prefer to do this afterwards, and I don't experience any chipping of any sort. Also, make sure you guys are wearing a mask when you do this process or have a dust collector, because look at this. This is just from one side of the set. That's a lot of dust, and you don't want to be breathing that in because it can cause cancer. And now I'm sticking them onto my paper that I use for clients. I'm using a double-sided sticky foam tape. I got this from Daiso actually, and it was really cheap, and it's so strong. And just like, look at that. Plus it's really cute and it's not stained yellow like my last tape. And here's the final result, you guys. This was definitely a trust me process, and I still am so mad about the flowers, but they look so cute. That's all I have for you guys, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on what you want to see next, and don't forget to live your life with just a touch of fairiness. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!